Welcome back, everybody, to Facetious. This is episode 132, season 3, episode 28, brought to you on Thursday, July 26th, 2018, at approximately 6:07 p.m. Central Standard Time. I am one of your hosts. I am Larry, aka Bluemanrule, and I am joined, as usual, by my main Damie, Mike, aka Scarfinger, aka Real Talk. What's up, dog?
What's up, dog?
Man, I'm excited, man. So one thing that I'm excited about, man. So shout outs to my main Damien off the top, Stewart, aka Casual Terror, aka Stupendous, for hooking us up with a brand new theme. So folks watching us on Twitch and Mixer right now will be able to see our backgrounds, because as we're doing on YouTube, we don't have the background, right? So, however, as that is how that is, you guys can go out to mixer.com/Bluemanrule or twitch.tv/Bluemanrule, and you can see the new.
While we hating on YouTube right now.
Well, here's the thing: I can do it, and I can broadcast. I can have Restream broadcast to YouTube at the same time. But here's the thing: it ends up causing double rate. So it ends up taking up twice the amount of bandwidth from here, because even though it's pulling in the feed. So OBS pulls in the feed from YouTube. And even though we're recording on YouTube Live, so it's already streaming on YouTube. But then it rebroadcasted back out to YouTube. So it's a double. So I always have to go in and delete the double. I mean, I could throw it up there if you want me to. I mean, we can start it late and I can show it. It ain't no big deal.
Do you think we could?
So I'm just letting you know that's why it is what it is. But so y'all go check it out next week. I'll try it and I'll see what's up. But I actually want to try it. I want to try it till I get my new PC, because it requires a lot of processing power to do that. So my new PC will have much more than my current one. So
yeah, you got to put some grown man under your hood, bro.
I mean, exactly. I mean, got to man it up a little bit. Bro. Which should be pretty good. But no, man. So to start off, Mike, I want to say, man, I want to send my prayers out to the family in Missouri, like the black family, man, that died in those tugboat accidents, man. Like, bro, I looked at that on the news, man, and it was like a family of everyone from a grandfather all the way down to the grandkids, bro. And man, like I'm normally not as shaken up by that stuff, man, but that was just rough, because they just out there trying to just have a great time. But the duck boat ended up going down in storms, where it comes to find out the owner of the tour line that had those people out there said that the boat shouldn't have been out there in those weather conditions in the first place. And to make it worse, so not only did they go down where they were, but the duck boat, because it's like a mixture between a vehicle and a boat, it goes down, then it goes to the bottom of like the lake that they're in, and then, or the river, and then it rolls along the floor of it and rolls them out even further. So search and rescue teams finally found them, but they had to go way further out in order to find them. So it's just like, man, it's tough, man. So yeah, my wife was like, "You okay?" Yeah, man, I'm telling you, kind of shook me up, because oddly enough, my in-laws were like, "Hey, let's go out and go to SeaWorld and go do something together and stuff." And I'm like, let me tell you a little bit about black people around water. Doesn't happen very often, and doesn't normally end well. So, and I thought, furthermore, if I'm gonna drive 8 hours to San Antonio, I don't want to go see animals. I want to ride some rides. I want to get on some roller coasters. I want to flip around a couple of times. That's what I want to do. So, but we'll see how that all works out, man. But yeah, so prayers go out to them, and just, man, be careful on this. So it's tough, man. So so I hate to start it off on a sad, man, but it's just something that was pressing on me. So I figured, I got a platform, go ahead and use it, right? So
shout to Keith and Ron Block that's in the building.
Oh, they in the building already, man? Did I miss? Okay, you know what? I probably ain't got my thing. Yep. Shout outs, homies. What's going on, y'all? What's going on? Let me get my interact on. Yeah, what's going on, fellas? Yep. He said, "LOL, black folk don't serve." Ain't that right? Black folk,
man. Most of us don't even ride roller coasters after we turn 18.
Except me. I think I'm an anomaly in that regard, because I'll ride somebody's roller coaster and I don't even care.
I know a few, but I know just like a few. Like I don't know very many. Like once we turn 18, it's like,
Right.
bruh, I got a wallet full of money right now. Like, am I really gonna be trying to get all up in these loop-de-loops right now? The loop-de-loops?
The loop-de-loops, right.
The loop-de-loops. No.
So let me tell you a little bit about the boys' Busch Garden. So when we went there last year, man, so we went and we were going to go ride roller coasters, but then they have actual lockers that you have to rent for a whole day because you can't take your phones and your keys and your wallets on the coasters. You just can't do it. You just can't do it. So you got to store your stuff in the stinking lockers, man, and then go out there and hope people ain't lock picking, hope people ain't looking over your shoulder for your code, because everything is in there, right? Your keys, your wallet, your phone, like, man, everything is in there, man. So, yeah, it's strange. I'd never really seen that. Ron Block said, I'm 46 and I still ride them joints. So, hey, bro, I do too, man. I love a good roller coaster. Now, the thing is, I've gone on Texas Giant many times, and it's been some accidents on Texas Giant, man. So I have been mad lucky. So I'm grateful for that. But boy, I tell you what, I like I said, I'd rather go somewhere with somebody's roller coaster than look at some animals, or mammals or whatever they are. I'm just gonna be real with you. So again, last week I talked about the media temple.
I'm like, let me go see them animals be. Like,
You gonna go see the animals, dog?
I'm gonna get on some rides, right? But I ain't getting on the roller coasters, dog. You ain't
getting on the roller coasters, Mike?
First of all, I am definitely afraid of heights.
Bruh, there's no better way to get over it than to hold that down, though, for real. Bruh. Have I gone to the Ark yet? I have not gone to the Ark yet.
Let me tell you, I think one of my biggest fears is, I worked at Busch Gardens a couple times.
Okay.
They built the Griffin after I was. They built that after I had stopped working there.
All right. Yeah, that was all right.
The Griffin.
Yeah, the Griffin is nasty, y'all. I got a picture of it, actually. Keep talking about it.
Brings you way up chin to L. Starts to go over that little hump. And holds it.
Sure does. And lets you look at where you about to go.
Yeah,
like it is probably one of the greatest things ever.
It's like hanging over the edge because he's like, freeze.
Yeah. It's like, everybody clap your hands. I love it too, man.
It's like the Griffin is like, freeze, everybody clap your hands. People start clapping, psych.
It's great though, man. I had a good time. I had a really, really, really good time at Busch Gardens. Here it is. I had a really, really good time at Busch Gardens, man, when we went. And I took a picture because I was sitting on the side when people were hanging over the Griffin, like looking down. And I wanted to say I took a good picture, but it may not have came out well, so because it looks like I deleted it. But yeah, darn, I think I deleted it, man. But yeah, the Griffin is nice, y'all. The Griffin is really nice.
I'll tell you, the first year that I worked at Busch Gardens was the first year that they unveiled Applengeist.
Okay, that one is nice too, man. That one is fast, but every one of those rides are over way too quick, bro. Like that's the thing about Texas Giant. You start the Texas Giant, man. It's like a 4.5 minute ride. Like it's a long one, bro. It's a long one. And what's cool though is that there weren't many lines of Busch Gardens at all because they rack people on many times. So it'll be 4 different queues. And so people would get onto seats normally 4 at a time. So like that line is getting chewed up real quick, so it was good. It was good in that regard.
Yeah, it's the smaller rides that you have the problems with trying to get through them lines. So and Pompeii just caught fire.
Did it?
Yep. Pompeii just caught fire. It caught fire like late in the night. Like no one was there, but Pompeii caught fire, so it is shut down indefinitely.
No, man, for real. Okay, so I wanted everyone to see this. I'm presenting this to everyone. That's the Griffin. That's what the Griffin looked like. That's part of it. That's just like from the ground looking up at it. But So what it has is that what Mike is talking about, they have a big hill. There's one bigger than the one behind this little scene you're looking at now, but they have a huge hill and they just hold you over it, bro. Like they have the ability to stop all those carts mid-ride and hold you as you're looking down. It is the most excruciating thing. I think it's awesome though, man. So but yeah, we had a massively great time at Busch Gardens, man. So I
still think that's a perfect place to do a meetup.
It is, man, because when we were there, the sun was out and it was hot. But man, they have so many trees in Virginia. Like you got so much tree coverage walking around. You were like, man, it's actually pretty cool around here. So it was great.
Yeah, that's one thing people say about Busch Gardens as opposed to other theme parks like that. They actually have a ton of trees, and when you work there, you get tired of all of those trees because they keep a bunch of mulch in the back where you got to go where you come in the back way, and all you do is smell mulch all the goddamn time. It's a pain. All this like,
man. Yeah, I understand that. But it's nice too, because a lot of the rides, and I mentioned it before when I was out in Virginia last year, but a lot of the rides actually, when you're on the roller coasters, they go through the trees. So limbs are like flying by you and everything. And man, it's nice, dude. Yeah, it really is.
I learned by playing Roller Coaster Tycoon that having trees, having trees and stuff around your park, it helps with the sense of speed.
Yeah, it does when you have something stationary. Yeah, it does, man, and it really did, man. So, and like I told you guys, when I was on one of those roller coasters, maybe the Alpengeist, but I looked down and there were deer, like not mechanical deer, but real live deer running around in the trees back there. I was like, man, that's stinking awesome. So
yeah, let me tell you, what's the when you backstage, that's what they call it. It's backstage. When you backstage, the worst thing ever is them damn peacocks.
Really? What's up with
peacocks? Are annoying. Like they would just get. It's like, because you think of peacocks, you think of the plumage and all that other stuff, and like, oh, that looks nice. No, because when they do that, sometimes it's for mating, sometimes it's battle, and they will chase you. And they will chase you.
Man, well, I ain't scared of no peacock, bro. I'm just gonna tell you straight up, I ain't scared.
Man, they just annoying, bro. They just annoying. Like, and I know you look nice, little peacock dude, but like, come on, man. I'm trying to get to work right now.
Right, I ain't trying to be worried about you, man. You go flume your flock over there somewhere else, bro. I don't need that right now. So, but yeah, man. So that's really about it, though. All right. I do want to address the media temple thing, man. I am gonna move my stuff from GoDaddy. I just get with my boy Hammer. I'm gonna try to get with him this weekend, try to touch bases with him in DMs and stuff, man, and talk with him a little bit about what are we missing, what can we get, because I do want to leave GoDaddy but we're back up to posting now, man, and I guess it was just at the end of the billing cycle where we could get back up to posting, but I just don't want that to even be a probability of happening again, man. So
exactly.
It's not something that I'm looking forward to trying to test here at the end of this month, man. But Mike, you know what I was thinking about, man? I was thinking about, so tomorrow I'm off work, right? Because I've been tired, bro. And so I don't know if you're like me, Mike, but if you're like me, when you're tired, man, like your thought processes are a little slower. And Ron Block says peacocks are used as alarms in the Middle East. I didn't know that. That's interesting.
I mean, they might also be used as suicide bombers. Like, we never know.
You can never tell, man. I don't know what they
never know. Like, they got some issues down there. Like, you'd be like, oh, that's nice. Come here, little peacock. Boo.
Right. But so yeah, man. So I was thinking, Mike, I'm like, when I'm tired, my thought processes, they're not as clear, right? My demeanor goes down really fast, right? So generally I'm a happy-go-lucky guy, but if I'm tired, then I just look angry all the time, right? And so I was like, right, I'm taking off on Friday. I don't care why. And I was thinking about it, and I'm like, man, when we break, Black people break. Like, I don't think it's been a long time since I took work home with me. Like, even just mentally, not like physically, right? It's been a long time since I've taken work home with me. And I just think, man, when we go on break, we break. Because tomorrow I'm getting tires put on. I'm riding with my youngest, like we're going to ride bikes and stuff. Like when I'm breaking, I am breaking, dog. So
that was a I can't remember what comedy special it was, but it was Steve Harvey. Okay, so it was Steve Harvey.
The yellow suit.
Yeah, with the yellow suit. Oh, that was the good one.
That was the one where we flipped the tables and I want the check and everything. Yeah, man.
Give me a check. Yeah, that was you know what? Somebody sent me that somebody sent me a YouTube link with that.
Oh, really? Word.
Yeah. That one was just really funny, and like I don't necessarily find him funny now. I don't necessarily find him funny now because like
he's so clean and everything.
Not because he's clean. I don't find him funny now because I don't dig the book hustler. Like I like the comedian. I don't like the advice peddler.
You don't like the advice peddler,
especially when it comes to relationships. Like, you know what I mean? So I just can't. I can't roll with dude. I think he has some really funny moments, especially when I see like a Family Feud clip or something like that. He has some really funny moments, but for the most part, I just kind of can't rock with dude. And like old people get mad.
They do.
When you love Steve Harvey. When you say you don't really rock with Steve Harvey, but like I'm like, bruh, like a lot of people out here taking advice from a dude that's been married 3 times. His current wife is the wife. His current wife is the lady he was cheating on his second wife with.
Right, man.
And then when he left her, him and his lawyer hustled her out of her money, saying, "Oh yeah, because you're not gonna be able to get no money. So we want you to sign this. Steve worth millions, but we want you to sign this one for like 100,000. We sign this agreement because that's all you gonna get." Yeah, you know what I mean?
Slash say cracks him up though, and and that as you just said. Harvey has some good funny moments, right? But no, that stand up back in the day was probably his best one. I think that stand up in the day back then was the yellow suit. Yeah, man.
Everything. It was everything back in those days. Kings of Comedy, even though he was the host and he didn't really do like a straight set like the rest of them did. I think that was the last official Steve Harvey thing that I cared about.
Yeah. I mean, I can agree with that. I can concur with that. But yeah, man. So, So I'm thinking about breaking, and bro, tomorrow, man. I hate myself, Mike, when it comes down to doing research and stuff because I have a spreadsheet of tires and several different vendors and whether or not they have rebates. And I did like 3 days of research trying to figure out which tires be best for my car. So I ended up going with these Cooper RS3 G1 ultra high performance all season tires, right? Because in Oklahoma we have a lot of different seasons, right? And we have a lot of rain.
Virginia, we have a lot of different seasons, sometimes all in one week.
Right. That's kind of how Oklahoma is, right? So you can buy seasonal tires, but that's just useless because you're gonna have to switch them out all the time, right? So I bought these tires, man. They were pretty cheap, and then I ended up calling Discount Tire online.
My man's in them. Let me tell you about my man's in them.
Okay, let's go.
My man's in them, and I ain't gonna say his name. I know he don't listen, but I can put him out there. My man's in them doesn't have seasonal tires. My man's in them has seasonal rims.
What?
Seasonal rim sets. He will change out his.
I understand. Salt, bro. You don't want salt on them nice ones.
Yeah, no, they all nice. And he rotates them things out every once in a while.
Really. I guess if you got it like that, I mean, everybody ain't able. Everybody ain't able, dog.
No, they're not, and I'm not.
So, but no, man, I got some tires. I ended up getting them for about 80 some odd bucks a tire, and then I always get the Discount Tire like lifetime warranty on the tires, man. So it's like $9 more a tire. And so I'm getting them bad boys installed tomorrow, man. And it was a pretty good deal because normally those tires are about 100 and some a tire. And I think Walmart had them for like 90, 92 something a tire, and discount beat them by over $10 a tire, man. So I was like, that's what I'm talking about. So there you go. And the tires have $100 mail-in rebate, so I'm gonna get a gift card for $100. All right. So I'm like, man, I'll take all of that. So it ended up being a really, really good deal. Getting them bad boys changed out in the morning, and I really need it, man. I haven't bought new tires since I bought this car 2 years ago. So and so I hadn't had them rotated because I don't know when they were last rotated, and it costs money to rotate. But now that I'm buying them from discount, they'll rotate them. You know what I'm saying?
You still got stock rims on it?
Yeah, but the stock rims are nice.
No. Throw some D's on that, bro.
Nah.
Hey, yo, that song has been in my head for like the past, I don't know, months. It just kind of leaves and then it'll just kind of come back all of a sudden. I'm gonna tell you, Throw Some D's is an amazing, amazing song. To this day, there is nothing I like. Okay, so I like a lot of songs from people like Drake, right? I don't like all of his stuff. I like rapping Drake. I don't like emo singer Drake.
Right, we've gone over that.
Yeah. But even rapping Drake ain't got nothing that can mess with Throw Some D's on that beer. Throw some D's on that beer. Like, for real. For real. That joint is. Throw Some D's is like how. For real. I only heard of one other song from dude. Really? You know what? He a legend. I don't care what nobody say. You a legend. You make those D's on that, bro. And
you can't turn a one-hitter quitter to a legend. You can't.
I actually no. He is not a one-hit wonder because Boy Look at Here was actually pretty slamming too. And I'm a marching band guy, so it had the kind of marching band feel in it. He had the marching band in the video and stuff. So Boy Look at Here.
Okay.
Boy Look at Here was actually a decent little track. Oh, speaking of marching band stuff, next week there is going to be a documentary series on the Bethune-Cookman Marching Wildcats on Netflix.
On Bethune-Cookman, Thune with a hyphen, right? They use a hyphen in there.
I don't think so.
I thought they used a hyphen, bro. I've seen it written down before.
Hold on, I can tell you what it's called.
All right, I'm looking now.
I can tell you what it's called. It's called Marching Orders.
All right,
and it's about the Wildcats. The band with a theme song so dope that they kept the song even when they took all the black schools out the game.
Stupid, man.
And even advertised with their song while using Kentucky in the basketball game.
So wrong.
Word dog, because they don't, it's Kentucky, right? Not Kansas or the Wildcats. Which one is it? No,
Kentucky. Kansas Jayhawks, Kentucky Wildcats.
Yeah, so they use for Kentucky. Right. But yeah. So the Let's Go Wildcats is just everything, bro. If I'm having a really bad day, and I got Let's Go Wildcats on my playlist. And if I'm just like randomly just playing music, if Let's Go Wildcats come on, I'm instantly like back in the day. Like I'm back in here. You back? I'm back in here. I'm back out here. Let's Go Wildcats is just like that joint. Like, you know what I mean? Like it makes you feel something.
Right. No, what's funny is that I was talking to my wife and she told me, she was like, I don't know. For most people, music can kind of dictate your mood, right? Mm-hmm. But with her, if she's not in the mood for music, then she doesn't listen to it. And I'm like, that's a little different because I never view music that way. I'm always in the mood for music, even if the music is solely there to reflect my mood, right?
Yes.
So I don't understand how you can not be in the mood for music. It's weird to me. It's a foreign concept. So I don't know, man. I don't know if anybody out there has ever been that way, because I know folks like Slasher love music, and Jay O'Malley loves music, and Hammer loves music, and shoot, like I said, I don't know people like that, I guess, outside of my wife. That's the one that I know. So, but no, man. So like I was thinking about this last week, man, when we were talking about, we were talking about kids and stuff.
Before you, are you about to move on from music?
I was going to, yeah.
I'm gonna tell you something that happened. I'm gonna tell you something that happened at work.
All right, bring it on.
All right, so we go outside and we have our little smoke breaks all the time, right?
Okay.
And on this one smoke break, we end up going walking from the front door over to the side where the warehouse entrance is.
Okay.
And we all standing there in the warehouse entrance, and in the warehouse they put the little radio on. They got playing the radio, whatever.
Right.
So so I'm standing there, and there is me and 4 other people, and then there's two people working in the back. They're putting crates together. So we are all standing there, and on the radio, One More Chance comes on.
What, Biggie?
Yes. The remix, not the original. So One More Chance comes on, right?
Okay.
One More Chance comes on, and I slowly realize, first I realize that I am rapping along to the song. I'm doing it kind of low because they're having a conversation.
Okay.
And I realized that only the 3 white people are a part of the conversation, because me, my other coworker who is black, and the 2 other black people putting the crates together, we are all doing the song, and they are completely oblivious to everybody else around them rapping along to this song.
What?
Yeah, and it was weird because, like, it's the 3 of them, and they're just talking about whatever they're talking about. I don't even know. Like, as soon as that song came on, I was in the song. Just like all the rest of the black people. We were all in the song. They had no idea. we were all gone at that point, and we had no idea what they were talking about at that point.
That's funny, man.
And keep in mind, there's 5 of us standing in almost a circle.
Really?
And he's across from me. And like, one person's right here, 2 people are right here to my right, and they're all talking to each other. We are kind of looking at each other like, I see you, player. And then I'm looking behind him, and I see the other 2 people, and they're putting the crate together, and they jamming too. And then I realized that the other 3 people had no idea what's going on, and we have no idea what's going on with them.
Man. That's interesting. That's funny though, man. Shoot, man. Man, I wish I had.
Can't come on and you not do at least some of the song.
Yeah.
Now there's the Black National Anthem.
Lift every voice. Lift every voice.
No, the real Black National Anthem.
Which is
Before I Let Go, Frankie Beverly and Maze.
Okay.
There is no way, like, if you don't sing the bridge of Before I Let Go, and you don't try to hit that high note, you ain't got no soul in you, dog.
Either that or you don't know what love is. Is that
I mean, you don't there's something ain't something right with your soul.
Man, I don't know, man. Like I said, but that's what I'm talking about. Like, music, the way it makes you feel, the way it can pull you out of something or nostalgically drop you back into something. I don't think I'm ever in the mood to not.
It's a conversation that I've had with my girlfriend before, right?
Yeah.
Because, like, I was we were having a conversation, and I think we went somewhere, and and then she wanted to go take a shower, and then she put on a playlist, and all of the playlist was like breakup songs.
What?
And it was all songs about like, you know, it's like chicks like Ashanti and all that kind of stuff. It was like 90s R&B, but like almost all these songs were like breakup songs or like this man is doing me dirty right now songs. And I kept asking her like, are you okay? Is there something that we need to talk about? And she was just like, no, it's just music. Like she doesn't connect to it the same way that I do because I felt it. I was like, what the hell did I do? You know what I mean? Like I'm like, what the hell did I do? Because like for real, almost every song that was on that playlist was like a breakup song or somebody screwing me over. I gotta go on with my life songs. And I'm like, bro, what is happening here? And she doesn't connect to it the same way.
I just put it in the chat, man. I asked the folks in the chat. I'm like, how do your significant others drop hints? Do they do it in the song? Like I just like my wife, she is quick to just be like, and then she'll say, well, I guess somebody knows how to buy shoes for somebody. A lot of times though, I give it to her, a lot of times she's just straightforward. She's like, well, I'm going to go buy some shoes. Like
my girl doesn't know how to hide her emotions very well. It's like, you know, it's all in here. It's all in her face. Yeah. And there's a lot of times, and there's for real. You don't have to say a word. but it's always all in her face. And like I'll ask, and most of the time she'll be like, there's nothing wrong. And I'm like, no, there's something clearly wrong here.
It's clearly something ain't right.
And then I never really hear about it until like she really gets pissed off. Then it's like blah 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 blah. But we could have talked about this at the time. He got this shit. At the time, it was all in your face. We could have talked about this. It kind of came to some sort of a consensus on this. But now you wanted to just leave it on your face until you got mad at me for something. And half of the time, I don't even know why you mad.
Right. Hey, the question is, how many times do you say what's wrong? And the answer is nothing.
But see, here's the problem. The problem is, and look, and she apparently she can hear me, and she's talking in the background as if I can hear her with headphones on. She said I need to quit telling all her business. But but see, here's the thing.
And we heard that picked up, by the way.
Here's the thing. Men are fixers. We want to fix it. If there's a problem, we want to fix it. And women are typically you know, like new age, new nigga rules, are typically feelers. And sometimes, you know, I'm like, hey, we can deal with this. And she's just like, nah, I'm good, because, you know, she wants to feel it. But the worst thing that you could possibly do is just say, what's wrong?
Yep.
And then when she say nothing, when it's clearly something, the worst that you could possibly do. And I fall into this trap just like everybody else do. I be like, no, there's clearly something wrong here. What's wrong? And then like the act of asking what's wrong makes everything worse. And like, so whereas like you can tell that there's a problem.
Yeah, there's an issue. Absolutely.
It tells you that there's not a problem. And then you hear in the background now.
Yeah.
But like
So here's the thing. What you're saying isn't unique to just women. I mean, to your girl. It's something that happens all the time. It happens everywhere. I can't recall the last time. I can't recall the last time that didn't happen. It's just something that's just universal. So I read a few books. What is it? Why men don't cry and why women always need shoes or whatever. I can't remember the author, but it's a married couple and they wrote the book together. And it's always about that. It's because the way that women try to process information, right? They like to get it all out of there. And so, but the information ties heavily to the emotions as well, you know, like spaghetti. Like men, we can compartmentalize stuff, but women don't tend to compartmentalize anything. So something way over here affects something way over there, and that's why when they say nothing, they generally they know that there's something there, but but generally, but generally they the work involved from separating the actual issue from the other issue is generally more tedious than they want it to be, right? To actually sit down and explain it to you. So they're just like, nothing. You know what I mean? It's generally just whatever. I don't really have that time to go into it right now. So yeah. But yeah, man. So
when in For Men Only, the book is explained from the perspective of like computer pop-ups. Like when you have pop-ups that like when something happens to your computer and you just get a ton of pop-ups and like every time you close one, something else opens up.
Yeah.
And it's just like
exactly.
Yeah. That's how it's explained in that book.
So basically,
it can just come from nowhere, and it could just be like a pop up from anything.
Right, and the thing is, like, and so that book is interesting. I need to actually get back to that book I was describing and actually finish reading it because it was pretty interesting. But sometimes some of their stuff is just like, yeah, men are terrible. Like it's basically how it ends up coming out. But yeah, man. So. I just wanted to throw that out there, man. So Mike, we only got about 20 minutes left.
Okay.
So I wanted to ask you, man, you know, we talked about it last week. We were talking about, you know, I have my 11-year-old and stuff, and, you know, he's always asking, can I play this new game? Can I watch this new movie? And a lot of times it's older stuff that my older son has told him about, right? But I'm at the point now where I'm like, setting limits are hard, bro. Like, setting the particular limits, they're really hard just because you want them to encounter certain things because they're at a certain age group to where if they don't encounter it in your presence, they're going to encounter it anyway. Right. But at the same time, you don't want to overexpose them to things that they shouldn't be consuming. Right. So the difficulty lies in balancing that. I guess balancing that conundrum, right? How do you expose them, and when do you?
It's kind of like how you would be okay with your son playing Halo, but you're not okay with your son playing Call of Duty.
Right. So, for instance, so I let him play. So he's 11. I let him play Darksiders only because I know where his spiritual walk is at thus far, right? Because he goes to church and we sit down and we talk and we have, you know, I do a lot of my Bible study notes here for the family. So, and a lot of that stuff in that game actually pulls from Revelation. But furthermore, like it's cartoony, right? It's cartoony violence. There's not a lot of, there's no sex in it at all, and things like that, right? And it's basically an action game, kind of like Zelda. And he has Zelda. He has the most recent one in there. So, he really likes the game. He's already at the boss. Like it only took him like a day and a half or whatever, but he's there. So just interesting, man. It's like I am trying to balance. You know, I'm trying to balance exposing him to these things, right? I'll let him play that, but I'm not going to let him play Bayonetta. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just. See what I'm saying?
See, I'm in the same boat because like I don't think it was last summer, but like during the Christmas break for my daughter, or sometime at some point, I let her play Life is Strange.
Okay.
But it was weird because some of the things that are kind of overboard about Life is Strange that probably, you know, mostly pertaining to do with one lady in Life is Strange. Like she didn't understand what was happening at all. I was like, you can only play this, but you can only play this when I'm here to explain. Right. If you come across something that isn't what I think you should be consuming, I guess.
Right.
But like the only real problem was the fact that there was a girl who was sexually assaulted in her reactions to being sexually assaulted. But it's all innuendo and like they never straight come out and say it.
Mm.
And if you do some things, if you do some things wrong, that girl can take her own life. I mean, it's a little bit of a slight spoiler.
I mean, that's what unfortunately.
Huh?
I said that's what happened on my playthrough, unfortunately.
Yeah, I don't know if there's a way that you can avoid that. I don't know, but my daughter didn't understand why she would take her own life.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. So that's the part that I had to explain, but I didn't explain the part about the sexual assault because I knew she just wasn't there. To be able to understand that, but I don't, I would rather her stick to more cartoony stuff. Like you said, I'd rather her stick to more cartoony stuff. Thank goodness for me, like she really cares about The Sims. And she really cares about Minecraft. And she cares about Roblox. I tried to get her to start Mass Effect 1. She played a couple of hours and she was just like, nah. And she hit me with the nah. You know what? I think I'd rather play the Sunset Overdrive.
How do you? All right, we're gonna have to discuss how you go from Mass Effect and preferring Sunset Overdrive, because some things in this world are logical and some things are not. And that would fall into that other category, bro.
Yeah, very much so. Like, you know what? When she wanted to play, when I told her about playing Mass Effect, I was really excited that she wanted to play, and like, I think a part of me was a little hurt. I'm not gonna lie. I took it a little personally. Like everybody who I know that plays games, when I said she was playing Mass Effect, they were like, "Hell yeah, Pooh Man! Like that's what we talking about.
Get on, do it with your bad self, girl.
That's what we're talking about." And then it was just like, I had that sense of pride. Like she's gonna play, eventually get to my favorite game,
right?
And then she's just like.
Nah.
And look, here's the worst part about it. The worst part about it is she made it out of the Citadel.
What? And she was just like, nah?
And stopped right after.
And steal. Man, that's rough, man.
Like Mass Effect 1, the hardest part is getting out of the Citadel, man.
It is.
But like once you're out of the Citadel, the whole world opens up and it becomes an amazing experience that everyone should experience. But she stopped, bro.
Man, so I've had a better experience with my oldest. He went back to The Witcher 3 for like the second time, right? And bruh, he just started tearing, because if you don't know a lot of the systems in The Witcher, like the crafting, the alchemy, right? If you don't know that the second you make a new potion, when you have the ingredients, then all you need is alcohol and you can automatically recreate them all the time. Like stuff like that. But man, he is loving it. Like he is back on it now. He's like, yeah, I'm right at the end. He's right at the end. Then he's about to jump into the DLC, but he's been banging it because he's not working. All he's doing right now is volunteering this summer at the hospital because he waited too late to get a job. I told him, I was like, hey, that's on you. But so he's doing that. He's not taking classes in the summer. He's taking classes in the fall. So he just has time. And I tell you, man, it's great because he loves the game too now. And I'm like, man, that's good. That's good, because that's a heck of an experience. And actually, they re-released the texture mod.
Okay.
It's like version 5.1, and they say it looks the best, and it uses the fewest amount of resources to look phenomenal. So I think I'll play through that one more again on my new PC.
Bump mapping, my dude. Bump mapping.
Right. So but no, man, but that's really about that's those are all the topics I had, Mike. But I do want to talk about somebody save. I'm almost done. I am in like episode 8 or 9 in the 10th season. Bruh, it's good. I'm liking it a lot, man. It's return of a popular character and everything. And get out. Like Smallville is gonna be one of the shows I actually finish. Right, I started a lot of shows I didn't finish. Fringe, Breaking Bad, Walking Dead, never finished them. So
okay, wait. Fringe
was greatness.
The later seasons got a little bit weird.
It got real loopy, bro. Like it got real the
got a
alternate
little,
realities and
yeah, that
man,
part got a little,
bruh,
yeah. But you ain't
bruh.
finished Breaking Bad, dog.
No, I couldn't. I couldn't. Despicable characters and me, you know we don't get along. You
Bruh,
know we don't get along.
how you not finished Breaking Bad? Like,
Come on, Mike.
like I don't even.
Nope. Can't do it. Can't do it. Can't do it. So I still don't know how it ends. I may give it a shot and finish it out, round it out. But yeah, man. So I am back. I am back on Smallville. It is, man, it's just fun. You know, it's just stinking fun, man. So I'm done that. I've done that. And then man, I'll tell you what, man. There are two animes that I'm watching that have to be some of the best anime of all time. Number one is Food Wars. Shokugeki no Soma. Third plate, third season. Phenomenal. Like it's on a break now, but it's just greatness. And then so I have that one. Now Boruto The Next Generations is actually really, really good as well. You know, Naruto's son, but man, it's really, really stinking good, man. Like it is getting really good. But my favorite, man, is My Hero Academia. Like that show is greatness, sir. It's just greatness in concept.
People talk about that often.
Man, it's and you know, Shonen talks about it all the time. But My Hero Academia is greatness delivered to you in a way that's not used to it. Some quick synopsis. Kid named Midoriya. He lives in a society where about 80% of kids are born with a quirk or like an X-Men, like an ability they can use, right? It doesn't manifest itself until you're like a teenager. You could take a test, see if you have it, but normally it's about the teenage years. It's very small percentage of the population don't have quirks. But he is like his favorite superhero is All Might, and he loves it. But he uses strategies because he's watched all of the heroes, all of the enemies, all the villains. He knows all their quirks, and all he's ever wanted his whole life was to be a superhero. Well, come to find out, he didn't have one. But yeah, he didn't have one. But things change like early on, like in the first episode or two, and it's greatness. So it's not like your normal kid is just empowered from jump. Like he knows that he's blessed to have it, and he does his best, and it is phenomenal. So I highly recommend that anime because it is full of action, but it's a lot of humor. That's my wife was like, "Why do you watch anime? It's just like porn." I'm like, "It is not porn." I'm like, the reason I watch anime is for humor. Like that's the main reason I watch anime. So
she how do you make that connection?
I don't know, because because you know, even in the fighting anime, the way that a lot of the women are drawn, the way that a lot of attention are brought to women within anime are along sexual lines. So even though it's just done in passing a lot of time and it's done lightly, in our societal norms, it's a lot more, I guess, offensive. So it can be seen as more sexual, if that makes any sense. So yeah, man. But that's it for me, Mike. What about you, man?
I ain't doing nothing unusual. I'm still trying to get through the Flash. Like I'm really like the only thing that I've done recently that that's different than what I normally talk about, the Flash and all that kind of stuff, rewatching Luke Cage, you know, here and there. Like if I happen to be in the same place as she is when she's watching, I'll watch. But I am watching someone play through Grand Theft Auto 4.
Nice.
Because I don't want to go through that. I don't really want to go through that again.
Yeah, Nico, cousin. Shut the hell up, Roman. Shut up.
For real. For real. Like for real. I did like but see, here's the problem. When you're watching someone else play a video game,
bruh.
Especially an open world game like Grand Theft Auto. What I can't stand is when he is trying to be funny and just kind of goes off script, and he just kind of does dumb stuff. Like,
oh yeah.
like one thing that he does, and like he tends to get a kick out of, and I just don't. There's certain characters that it's bus on sight for him.
Oh really?
If he see the hot dog man, is bus on sight.
That's dumb, man.
And if he catch a cab somewhere, he'll shoot the cab driver just because.
Really?
And it is stupid. And like when I watched the same guy play through Saints Row, I didn't watch the whole thing. I just kind of watched stuff here and there. Like the same thing that he was doing, he was like wasting ammunition on just random people on the street. And and then when the mission starts, he like, I ain't got no bullets. Yeah, because you spent all of your bullets shooting random people on the street because you were just having fun. But like, yeah, but you did this right before you walked into a mission.
Yeah, I mean, you kind of asking for that, bro. Like, you kind of asking for that one. So I don't feel sorry.
And another thing that really, really rubs me the wrong way is he does not pay attention. He doesn't. Come on, son. He does not. He does not pay attention to his health at all.
Really?
So, like he'll be messing around with people and doing stuff, and like he'll have like no health. And walk into the mission, and then when he about to die, go, oh snap, I ain't got no health. Like this it's been blinking red this whole time. It's been blinking red this whole time.
Right.
You want to take care of it, so now you trying to play cautiously, but like you gonna get shot.
It ain't gonna work for you, homie. It's not gonna work for you. Not right now.
Yeah, so that's the only problem that I have with it. Other than that, I like him. It's Israel 85 is his name. Israel 85. I like him and his comedy and stuff like that. And he was a part of the crew that makes those Freddy versus Jason videos and stuff like that. Okay. And then he has different channels, and one of the channels is for those videos and stuff like that. The other channel is him just it's let's play videos and stuff like that. Okay. And I really like him. I think he's really funny. But like some things like that, I'm just like, bruh. Right. Like why are you like for real? I'm trying to see what's gonna happen in the next part of this mission. I got to the point to where it's like I would just skip ahead until the mission starts.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Sometimes I'll just skip until the mission starts. And then I'm also watching a lot of people play the 2 Point Hospital.
Yep. Yeah, you talked about that last week.
A lot of people have the demo. A lot of the YouTubers have the demo, and they're playing through it and stuff like that. And it's interesting watching different people play because I'm watching 3 different people play, and they're all playing the same thing, but they're going about it completely different ways. Which is really interesting to me. And then but I can't wait till that game comes out. It don't come out until August the 30th, and it's gonna be a long month, bro, because I really want to play that.
Man, I don't know, man. Have
you ever played Theme Hospital?
I have not, but I was going to say it's cool that you and I have vastly different interests in games, because that's not something I would ever put on my list or anticipate at all. You know what I mean?
You know what? At the very least, if GOG has a sale, I think GOG had a sale for Theme Hospital, and it was less than $2.
Yeah, I saw it, and that's why I was asking. I'm pretty sure you already had it though. That's why I was like, I'm not gonna do it.
Yeah, I think it was less than $2. Now I have Theme Hospital from the olden days. I have it on disc. Like
this dude said, olden days.
I got Theme Hospital on disc. The EA Bullfrog disc. You know what I'm saying?
What?
It is right now. Theme Hospital on GOG is $149.
Nice.
It's $150, and this game is basically an updated version of that game. That game came out in 1997.
Ooh, Whew.
And some of the people from that team are making this game.
Well, that's nice. That's nice, man. That's nice. That's good. All right. Well, Mike, let's get out of here early, man. Let's get 5 minutes early, man. You got some shout outs?
Man, shout out to the people, man.
For sure. For sure.
Shout out to all the folks you get ready to shout out. Shout out to Ron Blocker, who says I'm gonna be sleeping on the couch. Ain't no sleeping on the couch for me. I don't even know why she's mad. Like, she only hears one part of the conversation and she doesn't understand that there was like a consensus. She thought I was talking about her and talking about her specifically, but we were comparing our similar situations, but she thought I was talking about her, and I guess that made her upset. Like, you better stop talking further.
Even further, we went further into how it's not just one particular person. It's right. You know, for me, it's most spouses, right? Most spouses tend to behave that way.
Exactly. But she only heard one side of the conversation. So
right. Lack of context, bro. You can't do nothing about that. Because my wife does the same thing too. She was like, "What were you saying?" I'm like, "Context." Context, right? so pump those brakes, please. So but yeah, man, shout outs to Ron Block, my man Keith, aka FKA Rogue Spear, Derek, aka Detroit Slasher, and Pimp Method. Thank y'all for dropping in. Pimp Method said good show. Thank you, sir. We appreciate it, man. So during the middle of the show, Mike, I am gonna have to wait till the YouTube stuff goes all the way up, because I did stop and restart to try to put out the YouTube, so you can kind of see what it looks like. But yeah, if you guys are watching on YouTube and you want to see what the new format looks like on Twitch and in Mixer, go check it out. I'll have my Twitch and Mixer information in the show notes. Y'all check that out over there. Let me know what you think.
You know what? Shout out to my man Sam.
Sam? For sure.
Yeah. Shout, Geeks with Color, WrestleCast, my dude. Sure. I know he recently went back and he asked me about some old Scarcasms, and he asked when did Chase come on. He wanted to go all the way back from when Chase came on, and that was like episode like 306 or 309 or something like that. I'm slightly dyslexic. And he was like, I went back and I downloaded all of those shows, and I'm like, I'm sorry.
He's silly, man. He's silly. But yeah, man.
He did the same thing with Facetious, though. He went back as far as he could on Facetious.
That's what's up, man. Yeah, no, yeah, Sam's a good dude, man. Really, really cool dude. I think OFR talked about maybe meeting up. I think they're thinking about going back to Nashville, but they're also open to meeting up at PAX South. So, man, if we do that, I know Sam will try to make it again. So, but I am Bluemanrule on Mixer, Steam, Origin, Twitch, Uplay, Xbox Live, PSN, and Restream. So you can pretty much find me as Bluemanrule virtually everywhere, except on YouTube. Weird, right? But thank y'all so much for watching and listening to Facetious episode 132. Look, we'll be back in front of you unless Mike want to take a break. Now, if Mike want to take a break, we'll probably have my dude Quiglin.
I'm not breaking, but if somebody want to help out, come on, because I like today, I didn't really have very much to talk about.
That is all good though, man.
I made it work. I stretched it. You know what I mean? I stretched that jank.
Right.
I ain't really have much to talk about. It's just like every time I turn around, it doesn't feel like there's enough time for me to try to get everything in. I did, however, I was on. I had Xbox on my computer, and I saw my little cuz, had gotten an achievement in Killing Floor, and I was like,
nice. You're like,
and then
it's spreading, huh?
But we hadn't spoken in a while, and I found out that my man's had a little stroke and stuff, and like,
oh man.
So like, so we sat down, played some Killing Floor, and
that was good on you for doing that, man.
Had a good chat and all that other stuff, man. So
yeah,
shout out to my little cuz, man.
For sure, man. Shout outs to Xbox Live. They're throwing an ultimate game sale on right now. So there are a lot of games and a lot of accessories and things they have out there on sale.
I didn't really find much that I wanted to get that wasn't already in Game Pass.
Right. If you remove the Game Pass stuff, there's only a few things out there that are really worth having. So I just wanted to throw that out there for everyone. So if I've been trying a few things with
PlayStation had a sale, but it wasn't as good.
Yeah, and it wasn't very good. I tried to look at it and I was like, and I was like, maybe, and then I let the sale expire. Also, one thing I wanted to point out, I looked at PSN's PSN Now, their subscription service, and literally I was counting the games that you went in and said show all the games. They showed God of War 3 remastered 4 different times. They showed Gravity Rush remastered 2 different times, and they showed Beyond Two Souls.
Rashani is about that Gravity Rush life.
I have Gravity Rush over here, and I just have it on.
I think Chase is too.
Yeah, and Gravity Rush 2, that's only $20. And also shout out to PlayStation for starting up their greatest hit line on the PS4. Now you can get all like some of the greatest titles for $20, digital or
all 2 of them.
So much so, y'all. On that note, because the blood pressure's too high, we're gonna let y'all go. Thanks for joining us for Facetious. We'll be back in your ears and in front of your eyeballs again next week. Peace out to the Warriors.
Peace out to the Warriors, yo.